Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a good day. Today I'm going to show you how to make pilau rice. There's so many ways of making pilau rice, but today I'm going to show you my version of a pilau rice. Let's get started. So for a pilau we need some meat. I've got lamb here, which you dice or you chop in chunky sizes. Okay, make sure you have a little bit of the bone for the flavor, but if you don't have, that's fine. And also I have be using potatoes. I've got 5 or 6 potatoes, and then I have a decent size of ginger which I've peeled, and 5 to 6 cloves of garlic, some turmeric for the color, 2 bay leaves, tomato paste, and I'm using 1 large onion which I've chopped, or you can use 2 medium-sized onions. And then I also have 2 cups of basmati rice. Make sure it's basmati rice. Okay, now to our spices, I've put them on a pan, okay, which I'm going to toast them lightly on low heat. Okay, so I'll show you. We have some cumin seeds. Okay, I've got some cloves, some cinnamon sticks, so little pieces of cinnamon, and peppercorns, and I have cardamom. Okay, these are cardamom seeds. Okay, normally they come in pods, or you can buy them in pods, and which you have to take them out of their pods, but luckily this is how they look like. But luckily I have managed to buy them in seeds. So there's this shop where they just sell them in seeds, so it makes your work easier. There you go, that's how it looks like. Okay, so now I'm just going to toast them lightly, then I'm going to put them in my coffee grinder and grind them into a nice powder. Okay, so now the cooking. So make sure your pot or whatever you're using to cook is nice and hot. So some olive oil. There you go, I think that's enough. My pan is really nice and hot, so it's even smoke is coming out, as you can see. So now in with our onions. At this stage, it's very important to be patient. Okay, do not hurry with the ingredients, because we want to build the flavors. If you don't get it right at this stage, then your dish is not going to be that tasty. Okay, so just be patient and one thing at a time. So now we're just going to cook the onions until they're a little bit brown, or they start to become brown. Okay, do not burn them and do not let them be very dark. So when they start to be brown, so we're going to add our salt, salt to taste. Then we are going to add 2 bay leaves, the ones go. Stirring. Make sure it doesn't burn. Then in with our ginger and garlic paste. Okay, so I put the ginger and the garlic in a blender with a little bit of salt. Okay, for the garlic paste. And once you put the ginger garlic paste, it will start to stick. Okay, so you have to keep on stirring it. So some tomato paste. Keep on stirring it, cook off the tomato paste. Then we're gonna add some vinegar. Okay, about 2 tablespoons of vinegar. This is my secret ingredient. Many people when they cook pilau, they don't use vinegar, but I use vinegar. So keep on stirring it so that it doesn't stick. Then in with our turmeric, our spices, keep on stirring it, and at this stage we are going to add some water. Okay, a little bit of water so that doesn't burn. Smells very nice. Okay, just need to cook the spices a little bit, so not too much water, okay, because you just need enough water just to cook the spices. Okay, now we're going to put our meat. There you go. So at this point we're just going to seal or sear the meat with the spices. Okay, we are not cooking the meat, but we are just searing the meat with the spices. Okay, so that all the flavors gets inside or gets absorbed inside. Okay, in the meantime, make sure the potatoes are ready, and with the potatoes, just make sure that they are don't chop them into small sizes. Keep them whole, okay? Just whole potatoes, or if they are too big, just cut them in half, okay? So our meat is going on nicely. Now the potatoes, there you go. You can see some are whole and some are cut in half, okay? And a little bit of water so that it doesn't stick to the pot. So keep on stirring. Maybe a little bit more water. Okay. No, it's fine. No, just maybe a little bit more water. And then we are just doing the same thing as we are doing with the meat. We just want the potatoes to be coated with the spices, and then we're going to add our water. Okay, so maybe a little bit of water, and then I'll put a cover. Okay, there you go. Again, we are not cooking the potatoes and the lamb. We are just coating it with the spices. Okay, so cover. And then make sure now at this point that your rice is ready to go. Okay, so it's nicely washed, nice and clean. After a few minutes, maybe about 2 minutes or so, just check on our potatoes. There you go, looks nice. Okay, that's it. We don't need to continue cooking any longer from now on. So we are good to go now. Okay, it smells wonderful. So now we taste for salt. Make sure the salt is okay. For me, it's enough. I don't need to add any more. So where is our rice? In with our rice. Get all out. So we stir it a little bit just to coat it with all the spices in there. And like I said before, we are using 2 cups of basmati rice. Okay, make sure it is basmati, and the ratio is 2 to 1. So 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. So I'm using 2 cups of rice, so I'm going to use 4 cups of water. Okay, it doesn't have to be hot water, it can just be cold water. Okay, I'm using cold water. I'm a little bit short there, so yeah, there you go. So my 4th cup. Whoops. Let's mix it in a little bit. There you go. So everything is now good to go. So we mix it in nicely. There you go. Perfect. So now we cover it and bring it to the boil. Okay. Let's cover cover it and bring it to the boil. So let's check. Okay, now it's starting to boil, starting to bubble a little bit on the surface. So at this stage we are just going to cover it, and we are going to turn our heat to very low. Okay, very low. So now after a while we check on it, and all the water has evaporated or has been absorbed. So now let's just check if there's any water left. Okay, it looks nice, it's nice and flaky. So let's check. There's there's no water, so perfect. So at this point now I'm just going to put it in the oven. So make sure you have a preheated oven to 200 degrees Celsius. Okay, it's nice and hot. Okay, so we stir in our rice. Okay, and now we're just going to cover it. I don't have a metal lid or aluminum lid, so I'm going to use foil. Okay, so I'll just cover it with foil, and then I'm going to put it in the oven. The reason for this is just that we need the rice to dry out a little bit. We need it to dry so it is nice and flaky. Okay, but if you don't want to do this stage, you can skip it, but I like to do it this way, and many people also like to do it this way. This is how it's normally done. In the traditional way, we put hot charcoal on top of it. So we put aluminum lid on top, and then we put hot charcoal in it. Okay, but now I don't have that, so I'm going to put it in the oven 20 minutes. So in the meantime, we're going to do our salad, our kachumbari, okay, which is a salsa. So I have got cucumbers which I have roughly peeled and taken out the seeds, and also I have some tomato, some chili, and one red onion. And to the onion I'm going to add some salt. Okay, a generous amount of salt, and this is to get rid of the bitterness. I put it aside for 5 minutes, then I'm going to rinse it with cold water and then add it to our mix. Okay, I'm also going to need a lemon. Okay, so 1 lemon, a juice of a lemon. Okay, after 5 minutes it's all done, so we mix it in. So in with our chili and the cucumber. The reason for taking the seeds out of the cucumber is just to make the salad not soggy, you see, because if you leave in the seeds it makes it very watery, so we don't want that. There you go with our lemon and some olive oil. Okay, now that's done. A little bit of mixing, and that is done. So now we just cover it and put it in the fridge, and now we're just going to wait for our rice. So after 20 minutes in the oven, you see now our rice is done. It's nice and flaky, and it's dried out really nice. Okay, so now we're going to see how it is. Really nice. Okay, a little bit of the salad, or the kachumbari as we call it. There you go. Thank you very much for visiting my channel, and I hope to see you next time. And well, yeah, bon appetit.